With the sun on the rise, the Toymaker cries, with his back to a fire bright burning. His shadow seemed tall, yet the man felt so small as he pondered his life with a yearning. Through the years he made toys for rich girls and boys. He was also commissioned by kings. When he might have felt pride, he felt empty inside, but soon he'd be spreading his wings. As the dawn cracked a smile, news spread by the mile. Some welcomed it, others did wince. It was news of a birth, of the Savior of earth. The stars would deliver a prince. Thought the Toymaker quick, well, if my name ain't Nick, here's a birth that will bring me more sales. Day and night we will toil for this baby royal, so let's gather some wood, string, and nails. But his loyal assistant was a bit more resistant and advised that this prince may be poor. The Toymaker replied, at least we'd have tried. Without trying, we'd never be sure. Hence the workshop was bustling with elves who were hustling with a whistle, a whittle, and weave, till the toys were assembled and the factory resembled a land of a child's make-believe. The toys were all counted, on a sled they were mounted, for a journey through snow, sand, and woods. At the reins were 8 deer, with old Nick in the rear. They set off to peddle the goods. But to deliver the treasure would be no easy measure, for the prince would not easily be found. He was born in a manger, to most as a stranger. In humility he'll be renowned. Yet the Toymaker tread with a smile on his head, but little he knew of his plight, for the children nearby did nothing but cry, for an evil had filled them with fright. Many moms cried for their infants who died at the hand of a man cold and cruel. So the Messiah was hid from King Herod, who rid all the babies who threatened his rule. When he arrived in the land, the Toymaker stood grand at each doorstep to ask for direction, but never was seen a small human being as doors slammed in his face in rejection. As the villagers wept, the Toymaker peeped through a door which was slightly ajar, and to his great surprise he saw teary-filled eyes of a child with emotional scar. He burst open the door and said, "You'll cry no more," as he reached in his treasure-filled sack. "Here's a toy, take your pick, or my name ain't Nick. So enjoy, here's your happiness back." As he left the sad spot, he engaged in a thought to abandon the prince for the while. Door to door he did drift, on each step left a gift, for the chance that more children may smile. When Nicholas was finished, his ego diminished, for he knew now what wealth was not worth. "Now I'll wish to retire my craftsman's attire," he thought as he headed back north. But he didn't get far when a twinkling star serenaded a visual song. Its music was luring, its pleasure enduring, leading its victim along. He saw many moons rise when he met 3 kings wise, transporting their gold, frank, and myrrh. They too trailed the song, symphonically strong, as some magic would shortly occur. The guiding light halted over a baby exalted by a herd of calm cattle and sheep. The king's gifts were displayed as the 3 knelt and prayed, and the Savior lay soundly asleep. Old Nick stood in awe o'er the babe in the straw. Embarrassed, he looked at his sled. The carriage was bare, with no trinkets to spare, so the carriage became the boy's bed. As the Savior child lay, Nick remembered the play of the children who feared for their lives. For his treasures brought joys to poor girls and boys. His fulfillment had finally arrived. With a tear in his eye, he passed his life by, then looked up to the Virgin who knew that he shouldn't retire his craftsman's attire, for the poor was in need of him too. So with no time to waste, Nicholas made haste to return to his home far away, to assemble more treasures for annual pleasures, so that history may honor this day. The Almighty had sifted through the men he had gifted, and had chosen the Toymaker's hand to deliver Christ's essence through small, wish-filled presents, spreading hope, peace, and love through the land.